Yeah. God, I'm so cool. And then... Am I allowed to play this guy's stuff? Probably not. Yeah. Yeah, I probably can't play that on stream. That's unfortunate. Hey, Wilku. Hey, Wef. Didn't expect to stream tonight. Yeah. Thought an easy way to design a fantasy map is to just take a map for a real area and flip it upside down. Funny you should say that. Now, admittedly, my design for Valheim actually had in my head from when I was a kid. But for the thumbnail, of course, I was like, you know what? We should find a part. And, we did. Wait, that's how you spin? Fuck, I put so much effort into that. So today, I went down to Edson. And if I'm not mistaken, the part the medieval fair is at is it this part? No. Is it off the end here? Where the flippity flap is it? Yellowhead Agricultural Society. Okay, I was a bit off. So yeah. KOF, let's try to avoid the trauma dumping, but do what you gotta, bud. keep thinking your name's Pebbles. Do you think Pebbles is a cuter name? Funny you should say that. The initial way my name came up is because in the game Kingdom Come Deliverance, your starter horse is a cutie by the name of not Henry. I mean, Henry's cute and all, but Pebbles. And my one friend misspelt it as Peddles. And I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, this is where we came in. We parked around this area. And then, yeah, bunch of great vendors set up here. There's a building up here now. I don't know how old this... 2022. But yeah. It was a good time. So, our objective today is to just go through my process of how I create my lore encounters in that. So, what we're going to do... Oh, God. We could go to South Korea, I guess, or Japan, or... By good, do you mean overpriced and decent quality, or not overpriced? I'm fucking with you. It's alright. Name one of the provinces in Canada. First off, I bet you can't. And second off, just give me a shot. Give it a shot. Bonus points if you can name a town that is not Edson. Yukon. Okay. Yeah. We can base this next location off some place in the Yukon. That'll work. So we could go... There's Chicken, Alaska. Alright, so from what we're seeing, I'm just gonna name some of the things that are here, and you guys can tell me what you think is a place we should look in on. Whitestone Village, Fishing Station, Eagle Plains, Martin House, Mayo, Lansing, Armstrong, Faro, Ross River, Pelly Lakes, Tungsten, Francis Lake, Tuchichwa, I butchered that pronunciation, Watson Lake, Upper Liard, Swift River, Morley River, that's technically BC, I think. Nope, that is Yukon. Teslin Lake, Johnson Crossing, Marsh Lake, Tagish, Carcross, 10 Mile, Conrad, Whitehorse, Ibex Valley, Quill Creek. That'd be like asking you to name 10 non-major cities in the U.S. Joke's on you. I've been to Minneapolis. Savage, Apple Valley, Burnsville, Shakopee, That's about all I got. So, any of these towns sound interesting remotely to you? Lapierre, Old Crow, Whitestone Village, Fishing Station, Eagle Plains. There's Martin House and Martin House. That's technically Northwest Territories. This has got to be intentional. Snake River. Mayo. All right. Okay. So, if we look into it, we're seeing a river that goes along the bottom. Water source above. We have the town directly on the river with... That is forest, but we could have it farmland in our little attempt. And then a secondary town area there. This is not a bad pick. That's a good one, Wilku. So what we're going to do is we're going to paste as a reference image that. Where's the pin? So, if I just grab my drawing tablet. Stockton, Fresno, San Jose, Bakersfield, Olympia, Vancouver, Washington, Boring, Inglewood, Fruitland, Idaho, Reading. Know a few towns. Ocean City, Maryland, and Ocean City, New Jersey. Put your Wii strap on. Oh, put your little fucking Wii strap on. I see what you're fucking doing there. How you doing today, Kraken? Oh wait, I can do this. Hey, Flash. Comment ça va? So we're just going to do our preliminary sketching. We have river with general shape. That'll be good enough. Chibi with the Wii remote. Ah, I see. We're too cool for that. And then, of course, the town itself, we're going to have just pink for it. So the town limits. And we have our general roads coming in and out. We have one that's parallel, and it goes into the heart, and then it goes up. And I'm going to say we have a road going along the bottom as well. It's gonna bug me. Shut the fuck up. Good enough. Gonna have a Wii remote in your TV. So this is genuinely how most of them start out. The best part? This one second. This is airship. So, road base and so we're gonna get a little more real here. Glad it turned out to be what you wanted. Hey, I'm glad it turned out pretty well as well, cause otherwise we'd be dealing with a very shitty situation right now. So that's a particularly dog shit brush. Wow. That would be And you know what? We're going to have it really widen here. Wonder what they like to drink around there. Eggs. So now, of course, we go and do I am no artist by any means, and you guys already know that. Better artist than me. I don't know, Wilku. I think you just need the right motivation and the right tools. Now, I'm going to keep the river base to help give us a bit of depth. And what we're actually going to do, this is going to look less than perfect. However, this is important for us. I just noticed Crawfie was here. Yeah. That a problem? Crawfie is a cool dude. And that is purely just so we have a bit of a background of it. She's really cool. And, yeah. So, part of the reason I have made the resolution on this so fucking high is so that we can actually go in here and make a serious structure. Yeah. We're gonna make these walls bigger. You know what? No. This is wrong. Because these walls are straight. There we are. So we have those, which, fair enough. Now, of course, we need a couple of highlights. And by that, I mean, I need to think, where would the keep be? And maybe like an inner wall sort of thing for the keep. So what I tend to do is historical castle near river. Now, obviously, you do more than just look at fucking Google Images. This is purely for just for my point. But typically, you'd put your keep right up alongside the river before the invention of gunboats and shit like that. So that they can't get a fucking... Well, they can't get a solid landing party on you. Like, I'm sorry. No, right, you can't see that. You want to fucking ride a boat up to here, get out, and try to assault that wall? No. Fucking Newark. Wait, Newark I actually know of. That. Sure, you can get some dudes up around here. They'll be shot up to hell and back, but you can get some dudes here. It's just not a good fucking... It's not advantageous. Like, it is location, location, location. Thank you, Mayo. So, what I'm thinking is that our keep will be... Okay, river's flowing down this way. I would say we should put our keep here. And I say that because if we have our keep in this area, then an invading force, I mean, they'd have Ah, fuck, but that's a choke point with it. Because, like, originally in my head, it's like, okay, well, if they put their army down here, they can just, if they're invading from the east, they can just fucking go and send troops down the river here. And they can naturally disembark on this side here and just come join. The island not a good idea? Over here? Oh no, that's probably the best idea. But the town's here. No, 100%. This would be excellent. But we're not doing that. Which do you guys think? Left or right keep? This is very important. And by you guys, I mean pretty much just you and Payne currently, but still. Because we can either have the keep hanging out here, or we can have the keep hanging out here. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I think the right keep makes sense. What are you guys thinking? Alternatively, we could... No, that goes through the major road. Probably left. Probably is what I can work with. So there is our castle keep. That is one key location for us. Excellent. Now, typically, we're going to have a couple of guard towers and that, you know. We'll have one. You typically want one on either side of your gate and at your corners. These things are very fucking costly. So this city had better bring in a lot of fucking income. Yeah, that's... Ooh. That's a weird position there. Art stream for important characters. I cannot draw people very well. Those characters deserve better than me. Oh god. So we see our bit of a harbor industry down here. Whatever. It's a relatively fucking massive dock. In fact, to the point of okay, that's it's definitely disproportionate, but you get my point. Got the PS1 working. Load up Metal Gear Solid. Nice. Okay, so typically the powers that be would have their primary storage right next to them, being food, any sort of weaponry, stuff like that. Food, servants' quarters along here. Maybe a stabling part, but I don't know for sure. And naturally, a sizable barracks. we're gonna put another fucking tower here. This is a big fucking city. I say that, but it's not really. It's just got a really fucking big hull. So, now we go and the town layout. We got our housing. We do not have our housing. We have no housing. There is 0 housing. No, that won't work. That won't work either. Let's do orange. Why not? So we got our general populace. We got the lower class. And then we've got the middle class. And then, of course, we have some upper class. Now, of course, the upperclassmen don't have to live with the disgusting pores. And then, of course, we have industrial. And industrial is pretty simple. It's just here, here, and here. So we've got some general stuff about the city. We've got a potential enemy objective. We've got the wealth classes. We've got areas of interest. And of course, we have the poor people segregated to one area, because this is styled after medieval Europe. All right, so naturally, we go out of here. What do we see? We see fucking farmland. So much fucking farmland. More farmland than you could, oh god, ever hope to farm in your farmy life. And then, of course, we have forest. More forest than you could hope to forest in your foresty life. Oh, God. So, thank you guys for coming to my 3rd grade art project. It means a lot to me. Grass, we're just gonna fill. Wow, would you look at that? It really does remind me of my 3rd grade art. Yeah. Like, I can't take offense. It literally fucking is. And then, of course, we have the sand. Which... we'll see how the sand goes. Okay, that part doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. Great map, Peddles. Thank you, Flash. See, someone cares about me. What? Why did it? It is good. I don't believe you. You've ruined my confidence. I will forever be stunted emotionally. My growth as a child has been ruined forever. This is a really good map. No, it's not. You are a liar. and you will be punished. No! Which looks better, the weird tan or the yellow? To cover the ground in here. See, this is why I typically get someone else to make my cities. Because I am not a good artist. You're good at coming up with the general idea, at least. That is the kindest way somebody has ever told me I suck at my job. And I've been told that a fair bit. So we'll say, yeah, we got some fucking buildings up here. We got some buildings up here. We got a fucking lumber shack here. We'll treat these as city blocks instead. Or districts or something. This one's a small one. And I'm imagining here, like, a little dock workers hostel sort of thing. Except hostels typically aren't hostile, and these ones will be because they're, you know, lower class in a medieval time. It's concerning how much of the time period was based on class. I mean, I suppose, you know what, no, if I get into that, that's going to be very political. So we've got some general shit down. And one thing that is going to be near constant is division. We literally have the start of it blocked off so that the passers-by don't have to deal with the pores. But it's also for citizen safety. We all know the real reason. You want to design like a fucking rich, aristocratic asshole? You gotta think like one. If I wanted to control a population while treating them like shit, how would I do so? The answer is make them not my problem. This house back here has a cheaper price than the other ones. That one's shaped like a boot. You know what? I bet that I can just... Actually, I can do more social commentary. You're an expert cartographer of made-up locations. Ah, you're excellent of making maps of places that don't exist. You're good at making maps that don't have to be accurate to anything, because you control literally every aspect. Looking like a Van Gogh painting. Is that a compliment or an insult? I don't know Van Gogh's work very well, but comparing this to any famous artist is either a compliment to me or an insult to them. Van Gogh is the ear guy, right? Yeah. The guy who... his self-portrait actually kind of scares me. He's one of the most beloved painters of all time. Oh! Well, thank you! Now apologize to Van Gogh. He deserves better than this. The Doctor Who episode of him made me cry. So now we have these, which these will be lovely, identical square neighborhoods. And by identical, I mean my hand hurts. So, work with me. Squares are hard to draw in such great amounts. Especially when they're rectangles. Yeah, they kind of fucked up with that section of the city, but don't worry. That section is scheduled for demolishing if you guys fail to save the city. Okay, now we get the social commentary. All this work for part of the city, we're gonna spend like 30 seconds of the battle at. There we are. Look at that. A nice, equal, happy city. Honestly, that's not the worst I've done. I'm not entirely dissatisfied with that. It looks amazing. Come on. It looks all right at best. And even then, it doesn't really. Now, in reality, I should have put the rich district probably around here instead of up here. I should have put another poor district, not poor, middle class up here. So yeah, I guess I should have switched the green and yellow here, but whatever. That's fine. That's not the worst I've done. We're going to save this as airship base. And now we're going to save this as airship invaded 1. Because airship has been invaded. Dun dun dun! Who could have possibly imagined this? Oh God! Oh, there's fire everywhere! Oh, the horror! And all that shit. Yeah. So, if you guys were an attacking army, where would you believe you should come from? You could come from the east and go along the river to assault from the docks. You could come from the north and assault through the farmlands and down a road. Hard to be ambushed there. Or you could come from the west with a relatively, east I was going to say. You think they should go for a waterborne assault? Farmlands is interesting. Now, I'm thinking purely for the timeline we're in, thought it was a flower field. Well, they're growing some flowers of some sort. I think going from the north would be an alright idea. Mainly because of, again, our time period. We don't have much for cannons. And because if these guys, if we're going to besiege a city, simple fact of the matter is we have to cut them off. So no matter what, we've gotta block them in. This is just our initial army. So, do we believe we should have... You know what? I'm gonna do what I did last time. I'm gonna go A, B, C, D. And of course, to get to A, we'd go from there. And to get to B, to go to Delta, we'd go to there. So, which do you think are primary assault force should come from. Again, at the end of the day, to do an effective siege, we would have to fully cover them. Why not from the south, like crossing the river? Because we're crossing a river. That doesn't go well typically. Granted, it could be alright in some circumstances, but I kind of cock-blocked us here. Because this area here, that's supposed to be like an upward rocky cliff. So I'd like to apologize for cock-blocking us like that. Just trying to figure out all the variables. And that's valid. The worst thing you can do is leave a question unasked. My personal vote is to send the bulk of the attacking force coming from Point Bravo. And that is because we have a wide open field, perfect for putting out artillery. There's not much chance for ambushes along that route. We can relatively safely spread down to Point Delta. Granted, that's definitely iffy, because then we're caught between their strongest defense point and a potential ambush. Not a good call, typically. And if we need to have reinforcing troops, we could have something come in from Alpha or go all the way down to Delta. That's my 2 bits. Now, this is not a decision made by the 3rd Battalion, so at the end of the day, it's my decision. But I would like your input. Keep in mind, the army that will be attacking Eship is actually... They're not the best endowed when it comes to combat. Or when it comes to anything. It's... excuse me, I haven't worked out the wording for it, but it's basically Eship had control over them. These states revolted and are now attacking, and they're putting up one hell of a fight. I don't know if we're waiting on someone typing or if nothing's said. Oh, I was clipping a thing. Did we already make a decision? No. So, by that, we have made a decision. the attacking army will largely come along the North Warpath. From there, they form an offensive firing line of artillery. They have also went down here to establish a temporary base of operations. And they are getting resupplies from along the river. They have also sent a small contingent of units to set up camp down here to prevent anyone from coming along this road to resupply. Now, the way Eship has gotten the message out to us is that these guys did not blockade the river, at least not fully. So they were able to send out a guy from here, and yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, and otherwise, is the start of the next lore stream. See? It might look like it's done in crayon. And it kind of was. But it's not bad. Now, we're going to make some decisions from a gameplay perspective. Now, this is just purely myself talking to try to... This is just us spitballing so that we have some ideas for what might happen while we're playing this out. So, the way I intend to structure this is we're going to get in here and using whichever army has won the vote, we will go and try to mess them up. Now, to be blunt, we are going to be going up against... We are very... I thought there was some kind of rudimentary magic-based long-distance communication, considering the glorified voice call. There might be, but we don't have it. We were... In practice, that was supposed to be like we got a delegation in and we were talking to them. Which I'm aware 2 weeks is a bit of a stretch for Peddles to get support from a nation. But, you know. That's part of why the decision was so rushed, and why Valheim is economically fucked for the foreseeable future. So, if the enemy comes in from the north, and this place is east of Valnheim. I think the third is going to infill from the bottom left corner here. Meaning we have a full road across and along, and we get to do the river crossing. Oh boy. Now, I will say we can probably, we'll say that our guys arrive ready to cross. So our horses have little floaties, or we've got a bridge builder team or something. Or we're voyageurs. We're just carrying canoes on our heads. Maybe they have horses. That's a valid thought. So yeah. And then the way I intend to do it is problem 1 is getting across the river. Problem 2 is deciding where the fuck to cross, because if you cross here, you have some very bad terrain to go through. If you cross up here, well, you have a bunch of brush to wade through, then some more when you land, and then you have the enemy's main camp, which, while it would be advantageous to assault it, if that gets wiped, like if your force gets largely wiped, cool, their command's down, they'll probably give up siege in a while. For now, they still have all of their fucking units still hammering on this place. Because it's not just a line of artillery. They've got guys in the back. You could go to the docks. Set up a canoe, go over, and come on in. Only problem is, now you're just camping out in there until the enemy breaks in, or what? Or maybe you hop out here and you beat the shit out of this one. Isn't there a collapsible boat magic item which would come in handy for river crossing? There is. This is not completely D&D adjacent. This universe is very magic light. And by that, I mean, it'll show up when it needs to show up, but typically we are going to operate assuming that it is either ineffective or very expensive. That's a very solid question, Leo. Or suggestion. Yeah, that's the word. Suggestion. So yeah. And then, of course, once they're over there, the issue is fucking dealing with this whole, army. And whether that's coming to a ceasefire, or getting people out, or killing fucking everything, I don't know. And the battlefield will change. Not saying we'll change location. It's just there will be enemy reinforcements. And that weird contingent that we've heard of in the area involving some weird-looking shark motherfucker, that contingent is going to be somewhere here. Now, I don't know if they're on the side of the defenders or on the side of the attackers. What I do know is that they sure as fuck aren't your side. There's a decent bonus if you do kill them. Worth thinking about. In the swollen part of the river, are there rumors of some kind of mysterious creature? Explain why folks hesitate crossing. No, the reason they don't cross is because there's a stone wall that goes into the fucking ground there, and the fucking, like, Eship is willing to burn the docks before they let someone take them. Like, it's not that it is a scary way to do it. It is purely, you will get fucked if you try to invade through this way. Valnheim at least had some sort of landing. This one doesn't. This is all artificial, and they will not give something that they cannot take away. That can die. But you know what? Sure, there's apparently a weird-looking fucking shark man that lives at the bottom of the ocean. Would it be feasible to take that small island? Jesus, some sort of staging area? Yes. It very well could be. Now again, the main enemy camp is directly across from it. So if they find you out, you're gonna have a bad time unless you can take them out. However, setting up base here, that'll be fucking perfect. I don't see any issues, to be honest. That is a very good idea. You could also set up camp here because, again, it's dog shit terrain to get to you, and you'll be covered by archers from these. Of course, the issue is, doing literally anything from that position, so maybe it's not a great position. And again, you could come over here if you can kill this contingent. And if you can, while you may come under fire from these guys, it still opens up an avenue for people to run out and supplies to come in. Of course, we don't know if they have anything in the trees. Who knows? Fuck it. They might have some guys stationed along here that I just didn't tell you about because I'm a dick. Our information is based on what this city of Eship has given us. I like the idea of setting up a contingent on the island. Nice little forward operating base there. My only concern with it, and it's not a massive concern, but it's a bit of a concern, the enemy is capable of sending troops downriver. Which means if they do find you out, you'd better have a way of taking them out. Or just don't get fucking caught. Who knows? Yeah. I think you guys have a very good shot at this. Like, I see this going pretty well for you. And let's just take a look at which army is currently winning. Swear to God, if it's the rat launchers. So again, for anyone who's confused, armies 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, there's a bunch of different units that could be there. As soon as my editor showed up and said, hey, we should have clowns. Well, now there's an army that we might have that if it gets chosen has 40 fucking clowns. Our situation is we are sending in a force of 300 effective units to help these guys. Now, granted, I did some math wrong here, because that's supposed to be a unit of 10. But, so when it says 50 land sharks, it's actually, they cost 10 apiece, so there's 5 of them. This, I'll take that number off the clowns. Let's see who's winning. And I spelled it wrong too. Plan number 2 is currently winning. Plan number 2, 25 shielded heavy swordsmen, 30 archers, 104 shielded spearmen, 10 combat camouflage units, you know, basically your standard assassin thingy. Commando-style raids from the island, maybe in the middle of the night. A Canadian classic. I like where your head's at. Healers, 15 for a crew of 300. Trebuchet crews, we have 7 trebuchets. Now, if we do use that one, then that might be a bit of a problem. Because getting those across is going to be very visible and very time-consuming. So it'll be interesting to see how we do that. I assume if you have a forest blocking line of sight, you should be fine, probably. Let's see. Light shock cavalry. This plan does not have any cavalry. Assemble them on site. That is an option. Yeah. The shock cavalry, I initially laughed at the idea. And then I was like, wait, they're going to have artillery. You know what people who operate trebuchets are not good at doing? Surviving getting run down by a fucking horse. It's not in the job description. So, like, there's a potentially missed opportunity there. But then again, plan number 5 wanted 1 horse. That's why you put them on the island. Oh, good idea. Combat mages. These guys are your standard fireball, ice shot, magic missile. They're nothing amazing, but they're, I'd say, more effective than your average archer if a smaller range, a little squishier. Ballistas. We didn't use any ballistas in this second army. Giant men. I forget who was asking if we could have giants, and I'm thinking, yeah, we could get some... There's a couple tribes of like 20-foot tall gentlemen. We can probably hire some of them. So this one is saying 75 units, so divided by 5, that is that 15 giants? Yeah. So low armor, disgusting amount of strength. And now that I think about it, excellent for getting shit across the river. I did not mention there was a river in this plan. All I had told them was that, hey, there's a city that's under siege. figure it out. They may have some cheval de frise. That is very true. And we're going to find out when we get there. Rat launcher crews. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck a rat launcher is, but they wanted them. I think the giants were your idea. So, it takes 3 men to operate a rat launcher. And the original idea was, and I quote, to hurl rats into the city to cause disease among the enemy. Which, again, we want to save the people who are in the city. Like, we could probably cause disease in their camps, fair enough, but bottom line, the plan of dedicating 138 subcontractors to using rat launchers, I don't approve of it. I think that's a terrible waste of company funds. And this army did not use rat launchers, the trained circus bears, the clowns / bards, the 30-foot land sharks, or the giant crabs. And that is partially because I had specifically said we want a cost-effective method of controlling the hazard. Think of that. Cost effective. I can promise you, we do not have 138 trained rat launcher. We do not have rat launchers, let alone trained personnel to wield them, let alone the amount of rats required to put in bags to launch with said rat launchers. So we need to outsource all of that. That's going to cost a lot of fucking money. Except, word is that one of our guys may or may not know a guy. Kind of sad they didn't pick the crabs. I mean, imagine a bunch of giant crabs attacking the enemy while someone says, "You got crabs, bitch!" And that's the thing. This poll is not over yet. And if you voted, you can change... Wait, the votes changed. Plan 3. Oh. Can we find enough rats in short order to use this ammo? I did specify that what they order, they will get. And they will get what is necessary. That will... The potential availability, I said, will not be a problem, so I'll be true to my word on that, and I won't just say, "Hey, you fucked up. Think better." Well, now... holy fuck, I need to finish my sentences. This poll is still ongoing. You can still make a difference. If you want to see 138 men launch rats into this city, you can. If you want to see 5 30-foot land sharks cross the river and go to town on an army, you do that. If you want to see 45 fucking combat mages fucking marching in line with 118 fucking dark nuts from Zelda towards a line of what seems to be fucking unstoppable artillery, you can do that. And if you want 40 clowns, there's an army for that too. Yeah. I mean, they also have stealth units, which could be helpful. So that's neat. If you want to see 5 circus bears fuck someone's mom, you know what? Maybe not that. If you want to see 5 circus bears kick the shit out of a bunch of peasants that don't even want to be here, you can do that. All you have to do is vote now. Time is running out. No, I have not actually thought of... Excuse me. I've not thought of when we're going to do this. I'm thinking next Friday. Although, honestly, if you guys really fucking want to, we could do it tomorrow. Like... We have the technology. Links to the poll, it's on my channel. Just click on there, go to posts, and boppity boop. Although I guess I can stop being a lazy fuck and I can just put that in the chat. There you are. Yeah, we were originally going to do the, excuse me. We were originally going to do a full-on contract. I kind of fucked up by boring myself out of that. Yeah. Oh my god, we got 2 subscribers from the Renaissance Fair today. Hell yeah. That's cool. 13 votes. Dang, man. It's up in the air. This is cool. Like, I love this stuff. Looks like Plan 1 and 4 aren't going to be making it. So let's take a look at what those plans were. Plan 1 was Wilku. His character, was it Damon Faustine? Darren Faustine. Faustine. That's it. Darren Faustine. And, yeah. Looks like Darren's plan is not quite getting caught or getting accepted. Unfortunate, but such is life. Derek. Fuck, I was so close. And then Swagalicious, my editor, he's finished the Star Fox Supercut. And that is going to be uploaded very soon. Keep your eye out for that. 7 fucking hours of Regretfully Mine. I suggest putting it in the background. Although, there are some fucking good moments. It's the first time I've worked with the gent. I fucking love working with the gent. So it will be happening again. Yeah. Anyways, Plan 4, Swag. He is the one who brought the clowns in. He also brought the land shark in, and unfortunately, no land shark. No land shark. So, part of the reason I'm still allowing the votes after showing you this is due to the magic of better intel. Now, in reality, if you put in the order and you got intel after, big fucking whoop. You better learn to work with what you got. But we don't live in that reality. I can change whatever the fuck I want. I'm not going to abuse that, but I can change whatever the fuck I want. It's really cool. Oh my god. 14 vote. Plan 2 is back in the lead. Interesting. Like, Plan 2, with its trebuchet crews, I thought would be at a disadvantage. But due to those giants that he requisitioned beforehand, this could actually work pretty well. And Plan 3, the land sharks and giant crabs are accidentally fucking busted in these environments. Granted, there's only 2 of each, but that's still... You throw a 30 fucking foot land shark into someone's camp, or 2 fucking giant crabs that are pissed off. I have a hard time seeing how they will defeat that. Because it's not like they can just blow a horn and then suddenly their trebuchets can target a giant crab in the middle of their camp with perfect accuracy. It ain't gonna happen. So yeah. Oh. This is fucking cool. I cannot think of a better group to run this operation, and I am genuinely proud of all of you. Actually. Yeah. I'm going to throw this into that server. Fuck yeah. Still can't believe I had to explain a Faustian deal to you. Yeah, I'd never heard of the term. Never. All of this because Wilku was like, you know what? Or Payne was like North. No, he was like Yukon. Wilku was like Mayo. And I saw Big Island and thought that was funny. Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Yeah. The way I used to come up with the names is I'd go to Google Translate, I'd put in a couple key features of the city, and each word I'd translate into different languages, and then I'd slam those words together, and I gotta see what Chicken Alaska looks like. Chicken dot. Wait, that actually doesn't look half bad for a fucking place to fight. That looks like it would be a cool battle map. Actually, that looks like a fucking cool battle map. Or you can be like, yeah, let's go to fucking Yellowknife. Oh my god, Yellowknife is a lot bigger than I thought. Save it for another one. Oh yeah. Baker Lake. Standard town layout. Fucking Arctic Bay. Nanisivik. Is it just one building? It might be. Rhinelander, Wisconsin. Rhinelander. Rhinelander. Oh, dang. That is a nice layout. I like that. I retract my statement. Even without the construction, that looks like fucking hell. Like, okay, T intersections for a long road. Okay, whatever, that's fine. Like, it's definitely not preferable, but what can you fucking do? Over here, looks like we got some traffic lights. If that's the case, hell yeah. If that's not the case, hell no. We got a diagonal T, which isn't preferable, but whatever. And then so fucking close to it, we have a four-way with a diagonal T with a back alley. No. No. Okay, I'll admit the courthouse looks fucking cool, though. What is... That's the hospital. Why do hospitals always have the coolest parking lots? They're either cool in a good way or a very bad way. Can you see the Hodag statue? I'm assuming that's going to be the Hodag statue. Nope, that's not. The fuck? What is a Hodag? Like, I'm assuming Boom Lake. Oh, that hurts the eyes. If I had another penny, I would have another jill. I would make the piper play the bonny lass of Biker Hill. Can I copy paste that? I can! Well, I was way off. That's 800. Is that the hodag? Is that the hodag? Is that what a hodag is? Wilku? That's the hodag? Oh no. I don't like the hodag. The hodag's mean looking. I don't like him. He looks icky. It eats white bulldogs. What the fuck? What? Van. But only on Sunday. Rhinelander area, Chamber of Commerce. Stop in to learn about all the benefits. Benefit. You will not get eaten by the hodag. The hodag is a friend. It does not desire your flesh, simply that of your dog. Submit your dog's flesh to the hodag today. Please, save us. I don't like him. I don't like him. What's another place? Anywhere on Earth. Preferably not places that are in a lot of political unrest currently. Excluding the entirety of the United States. Social commentary, haha. Greenland is not green today. Iceland is only moderately icy today. Morocco, Guinea, Togo, Botswana, Cape Town. Do they wear capes? No, but they have a university. 2025 Google. We can go to Edinburgh of the Seven Seas. Holy fuck. Thank you, Simon Butters. The Thatched House Museum? It's just a fucking thatched house. Got some good clips from the Hodeg. Nice. Mount St. Helens? What? Thank you, Kyle. Dang, Kyle did the work. Napoleon's grave? Wait, I'm sorry. Is this the place that he was exiled to? Napoleon's tomb. Oh my god, it literally is. There's a small island. Nobody's claimed it. Alfred Farr. Île de la Position. Île de l'Est. Île de l'Est. Sorry. The Cocos. Oh. Okay. Wait, Bantam. I apologize if this might be offensive, but I thought Bantam was just a misspelling of Batman. Oh dear. Get the fuck off my lawn! Oh, it's just a guy hiking. It's just a guy having a good time. Coin de mire. My pronunciation's dog shit, I'm aware. Makes you wonder what created islands of that shape, you know? Point Pleasant. Sounds suggestive. I'm down for it. Oh, sorry, there's a fucking New Jersey one as well. Let's go. Oh, that railway. Oh, that's got to be some cheap property value with how fucking loud that would be. I hope so. Otherwise, they're get... This shit writes itself. What the fuck? What happened? What the fuck? No, I don't. Ah! Stop it. I keep pressing the wrong thing. What are you? Are you just an area of the ocean? You are just on some fucking boat. Honestly, that's a solid solar array. Dominic Spike, you're a cool dude. Somebody's gonna Google that name and find out it's also the name of like a serial killer or something. West Virginia one has a bridge that infamously collapsed. Oh. Oh, middle of Lake Huron. That doesn't seem like the middle of the lake. Oh, for a second I thought that woman was nude. I just like, well, fuck. There goes my fucking channel. I don't know why I keep Xing that. Home of the Mothman. That's why you wanted me to see it. I'm gonna be honest. Car. I don't think that's where that is. Hangaro. Whoa. Fucking huge crater. That's fucking cool. I love stuff like that. I really do. Let's go to McMurdo Station. Big ass river wall. I don't know what I expected going to Antarctica. Okay, hold up. That is a badly cut together satellite picture. But, like, that is fucking cool. What's this one from? That's from 2011? That's also 2011. Okay. This is where the thing... Oh my god, I think you're right, too! Yeah, I think that is where it... Damn, that's cool. I didn't even think of that. Australia. I don't know where Sambael lives, so... Fuck. Let's go to Prince Edward Island. East Point. Named because it's the east point of the island. This don't look like no fucking edge of the... Never mind, that's the edge of the island. Yep, that makes sense. That does look like the edge of an island. Mm-hmm. Damn, it really is as pretty as they say. And fucking clear. Oh. That is something beautiful. Wait, did I just see Nantucket? As we roll out for Inverness, way Holloway, Holloway the whale. We rushed down to the courthouse there to hear the case, and the judge declared, way Holloway, Holloway the whale. 50 tons of TNT will blow that beast right back to sea. Way Holloway, Holloway the whale. I mean, you know this doesn't tell me shit about the area, but boats are kind of cool. I once knew a man from Nantucket. The stories about him are greatly exaggerated. Yeah, there's Nantucket. That's part of... Oh, what the fuck? Jehovah's Witness. What? There. Tuckernuck Island. And Muskeget. And Musk Seal. Okay. Nice little picnic. That's nice. Hey, Monster King. Good to see you, bud. Always glad to have you around. How's today been for you? We're just about to wrap up stream, but track vision. Okay, so don't look up. See, if I wasn't familiar with 360 cameras, I would automatically assume this was AI generated. Having a very good day. Glad to hear it. We need more people like him around. Winch only. What the fuck? Is this a yacht? This is a fucking ocean yacht. Or a cruise ship or something. I've never been on a cruise. I've been on a ferry, a couple of twinks, but never a cruise ship. What? What? What the fuck? What kind of fucking mental shit is this? They're just waiting. Off in the distance, we see what might be a dock, but we don't know. Are all of these? They're not all empty, are they? What the fuck? That is so wait, no, that's a houseboat! Like, there's definitely some landmass back there. I think. I don't know. Is land this way? Land is vaguely this way. Okay. I'm waiting to look down and see a penis on one of these. Lido deck. Is this some guy just bragging that he got to sit in an elevator of a cruise ship. Because honestly, I don't blame them. This is pretty fucking sick. I'd brag about it too. And kind of a shitty day, but this is a cruise ship. At this rate, you might as well be playing GeoGuessr. I was going to do GeoGuessr, but apparently they charge for it now. Maybe I should do that then, just to prove he isn't special. Yeah! Blur out these people's faces. But that lady? That's Margie from the hit game Peddles in a Pickle. Fucking the youth of today, always on their phones. Wait, this is from the same guy! It's just the same guy bragging about being on a ship again. Yeah, that's from it too. Mario, thank you. Batterax, I am fucking hungry now that I think about it. I'm very hungry. So many batteries. This is definitely not taken in the... Jampa Batterias. Okay, so I have the feeling this is not in the middle of the fucking ocean. If you can get the right port, they're cheap enough. Really? Fuck. God, I wish I could afford one. And God, go away, Jihain. You had your moment to shine. Now you can go away. I didn't click that, but sure. Doing this very carefully. Google Street View, trusted agency. This screams fucking... I can't make that joke, but... That... Aren't cruises just breeding grounds for disease? Only when I'm on them. They probably are, but, I mean... So are hotels. Girl, if you're on vacation... You know what? Now that I say that out loud, that's not actually a mess. The wires looked like that. I apologize, Stephanie. That's valid. Only because I pick my nose and flick it at people I hate. I love the rock and the chocolate. Birth 46. I'll birth whoever I want to, thank you. Same one. That's so fucking cool. English channel. That guy's just chilling, having a good day. That guy, he's just wondering how he got himself into this. That Armarique, is that Spanish? $4.3 tons. At least I assume that's tons. Windy day. These are so fucking cool to me. Again, you guys gotta remember, I don't go on the ocean often. Or like at all. Cat Hill. If I had another penny, I would have another Jill. I would make the piper play the bonny lass of Biker Hill. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, collier lads forevermore. Biker Hill and Walker Shore, collier lads forevermore. Hey, Anonymous. Good to see you, bud. Anyways, this is kind of neat. I don't know why there's glass here, but not here. Product placement jump scare. Oh yeah. And we're back to Edinburgh. All right, fellas. The Prince Edward Islands. And oh my god! These motherfucking penguins. Today's the last day of my vacation. Well, I hope it was a good one. Look at all them penguins. All the penguins. Love them penguins. So many fucking penguins. Is that a seal? Got a motherfucking penguin. The fucking penguins, man, they stretch for miles. So many penguins. Penguin. Look at a penguin. If the night is spent talking or watching you, I'm sure it was. Thank you. I've had a great vacation. Visiting my sister's been fun. Nice. I sent my sister a first aid kit for an early birthday present because she's a clumsy bitch. It fits in her purse. She's very thankful. Oh, look, a penguin! So many penguins. Got a motherfucking penguin. Got a penguin. So many fucking penguins. I'm aware it's pronounced penguin. I don't know why I started saying penguin. at all the fucking penguins. They're going on a walk. Is that a fucking... The penguins can fly. Look at that flying penguin. Flying penguin. Motherfucking penguin. You hearing this? Thank you, John Dickens. Appreciate your penguins. The fuck you looking at, son? You did buy one! Fuck yeah! I've never been to an IKEA in my fucking life. I know, I need to go. Oddly enough, every date that I have been on, one of the suggestions the girl always gives is just go to IKEA and have some meatballs there. Because apparently they're good. I do wonder just how scary it'd be. One of those islands, middle of nowhere, and there's a massive storm. Oh man, like... Hell, looking at something like this. Sure, that's cool and all. Oh, you got some reefs here. We can see that even up to here, this area is still extremely fucking wet. So that's telling me that the waves can fucking crash all the fucking way up here. I'd be terrified. I'll drag you to an IKEA one of these days. I would appreciate that. That would actually be really, really nice. So many fucking penguins. I love them. Pengu was probably my favorite television program when I was little. That or Inspector Gadget. I'm always on duty. If I go on an adventure, I usually invite my nearby friends along too. Yay! Look at that guy! He broke his neck! It'll be fixed in a minute, but he broke his neck. He pooped on a rock. Was it you? Or you? Maybe you. Nah, you look fucking guilty. It was this guy. Although... Nah, he's looking back at him because he knows he did it. Actually, with the way that is... No, he's looking at him. But he's... You know what? It might be this guy. That guy looks like he's about to. So yeah, it's this guy. It's this guy. He's not... He's just looking, trying to mind his own business, because he knows what he did. Fucking penguins. Including the flying penguin. Holy. We covered a lot of ground today. The Pengu Horde. You're goddamn right. Well, I'll say it one last time for everyone else. We are finishing up the voting on which army we're bringing in to relieve the city of Eship. I know it says Eshin. I fucked up. I'm sorry. Currently, Plan 2 is winning, which was the logical plan of having mostly shielded spearman units and some artillery and a couple of subcontracted giants. In second place is plan number 3, which is saying, sure, we can have some shielded heavy swordsmen and some combat mages and 2 30-foot land sharks and 16 divided by 8, 2 giant crabs as well. So get your votes in. The vote is in my post section. Yeah. I hope you guys have an excellent time. I'll be putting an announcement before we actually go for the end of this arc. And I'm also trying to figure out what the fuck the 3rd Battalion's logo should be. Remembered something weird in Japan? Huh. I have to go to the airport at 3 in the morning and have a layover again. Holy. That's not fun. Tomorrow I get to dress up in full military gear, and we also might stop by a nearby town that has a, like nearby to Edson, that has apparently a canyon in it. A small one, but still. And I might get some pictures in the full shark outfit. Hey, thank you guys for coming. You guys make this really fucking fun. Otherwise, it's just some weird guy looking on Google Earth to find people in cruise ships. You know how sad that is? It's kind of sad. But no, I had a lot of fun. I'm glad to Van Gogh with you. Probably not even going to bed tonight. Oh god. Watch that Doctor Who episode. I can't promise that. Kumamoto. Send it to me. I'll probably explore it and send Peddles pictures in December. You guys are fucking awesome. And of course, I have to. I'll have to give that a look, yeah. Oh my... What? Apparently, 4 years ago, somebody made the fucking like Call of Duty round style zombies for Halo 3, and it didn't get finished. Or it did get it got buried, which sucks cuz that is so cool. All right, I will end stream now. Take care, fellas.